We all know how the story goes. A couple gets married, some huge altercation happens, the couple gets divorced. It's not always the best situation, but it happens. In fact, it happens with about 50% of marriages in the United States today. As a person gets married more than once, the likelihood of each marriage ending in divorce goes up more and more each time he or she says I do. The percentage of first marriages that get divorced is 41%, 60% of second marriages, and 73% of third marriages. Typically, people will wait about 3 years before getting remarried if they choose to do so.
According to Psychology Today, there are 5 predisposing factors that could lead to a successful marriage. 1. Be at least 21 at the time of marriage and not pregnant. 2. Marry for positive reasons, to share your life with your spouse. Marriage should not be driven by negative motivations such as fear of loneliness, parental or peer pressure, rescue a floundering life. 3. Discuss important life organization issues, work, money, children, where you'd like to live. 4. Know a partner for at least a year. And last but not least, number 5, sharing important information about the self. No major secrets. The Huffington Post lists 5 factors that could lead to a bad marriage. The first one being, you can't handle the in-laws. Research shows that how spouses relate to the in-laws is a stronger predictor of marriage longevity. The second one, you are always the victim. You never do anything wrong, and your spouse is always doing things on purpose. Third, you can't handle pain or anger. This could very well mean you pretend to never get angry in an effort to avoid confrontations. The fourth one is you constantly belittle your partner's needs. Men need words of affirmation and sexual intimacy. Women need time to be heard and appreciated as well as a random act of kindness. And fifth, you know you're right. Negotiating typically means that your spouse will think it over until they agree with you. There is nothing more frustrating than trying to reason with someone who already knows how the problem will be resolved.
Keys to having a successful marriage and partnership have their ties in with divorce and the effects on the children that are involved. Of 45% of American marriages that end in divorce, half of those involve children. At any given time, 1/4 of U.S. children live in single-parent households. Half of children that experience a first divorce also end up experiencing a second divorce. Divorce leads to many new living arrangements added with changes in housing, income, family roles, and responsibilities. Older children tend to have more mature behavior, taking up extra housework, as well as emotional support for the parent, but they also have negative effects on those children also. Younger children, preschool to early adolescent, typically blame themselves for divorce. Fighting among parents leads to sibling fighting, so if the kids see their parents fighting, they're more likely to be fighting with each other. How well a child or children fare in broken homes depends on several factors. This includes custodial parents' psychological health, the child or children's characteristics and personality traits, and social supports in the family or surrounding community. Children whose parents are divorced when they're between the birth and 3 to 5 years old have a greater level of insecurity in their parental relationships than children whose parents divorced when they were older. So, as you can tell, the effects on children can also have an effect on how people determine whether they're going to have a happy marriage or a successful breakup with minimal damage to the children.
The best research for a topic like this is simply experience. I was able to go out and ask a few anonymous and random couples questions about what they think makes a relationship work. There were several common answers between the couples, but the main points were communication. It's very important to be aware of verbal and nonverbal cues to work out any problems and issues that you have. When you discuss issues or problems with your partner, always begin your statements with, I feel like, when you to be understanding of each other and your differences, and to make sure you have shared interests or even time that you just spend together doing separate things.
If you or someone you know is thinking about getting a divorce, we advise counseling and open communication to help resolve the issues which are causing these feelings. Open communication can help save the marriage at best or help make the divorce less traumatic and more amicable. One must be completely honest but avoid harsh statements so as not to cause hard feelings between the couple. Mediation from an impartial third party is advised to help settle any differences in a calm manner.